Hey there, soulmates. It's your girl, Dr. Melissa, back with another soulistic episode of Standing on Business, where it's not just business, it's personal. Today, we're diving into a topic that's at the heart of every unforgettable business, and that is branding with purpose. So, today we're going to explore how to create a magnetic brand identity that resonates with your target audience and reflects your core values and mission. Now, I'm going to tell you that when I first started my business, I seriously thought branding was all about having a pretty logo and a catchy tagline. I would look at all of these big, glossy, sexy brands, and I would think, ugh, if only I could afford that kind of polish and presence, I'd be successful, right? But as I've grown in my business and evolved on my journey, I've come to recognize that branding is so much more than just aesthetics or ad campaigns or sexy logos and catchy creative taglines. You see, your brand is the soul of your business. It's the essence of who you are. It's about what you stand for and why it matters. Your brand is the unique flavor and feeling that people experience when they interact with you, your content, your products, your services, your offerings. Your brand, you guys, it's the promise that you make to your clients. And it's the way that you keep that promise in every touch point and every interaction with them. And listen, when you root your branding into your deeper purpose, when you infuse it with your core values and your mission, that's when something truly, truly powerful happens. Because it's then that you create a brand that doesn't just grab attention, it builds connection. Then you have a brand that doesn't just sell products, but sparks movements. That's when you have a brand that doesn't just stand out, but stands for something. Sounds really, really good, right? But you may be asking, how do you actually do that? How do you craft a brand identity that authentically expresses your purpose and then resonates with your ideal customer or client? Well, soulmates, I'm going to take you to a word that you have heard me say many, many times. And for as long as you're rocking with me, you're going to hear it countless more times. It all starts with clarity. Clarity on your why. Clarity on your unique value proposition. Clarity on your target clients, your target audience. Clarity on your brand personality and voice. You see, the more clearly and specifically you can articulate these foundational elements, the more cohesive and compelling your branding will be. Now, after we address the clarity issue, from there, it's about consistency and integration. Basically ensuring that your purpose and values are woven into every aspect of your brand expression, from your visuals and messaging to your customer experience and company culture. You see, it's not about perfection, but alignment. In other words, walking your talk, practicing what you preach, being the brand that you claim to be. And here's the beautiful thing. When you brand with purpose, you attract your right fit client. You know, these are the people who don't just resonate with what you do, but they resonate with why you do it. The clients and the people who are craving not just a product or a service, but an experience, a relationship, a shared mission. These are the people who become not just one-time customers, but lifelong fans and advocates for your work. Whew. So listen, this is some yummy, yummy stuff. But let's take a quick commercial break. But be sure to come back, because on the other side of the break, we are going to dive into the tangible, practical strategies that you need to be able to brand with purpose like a pro. See you in a bit.
Welcome to a unique brew of perspectives. What's the Tea with Gen XYZ is your one-stop spot for a fresh take on today's burning issues. Representing 3 generations, a Gen X icon, a millennial maverick, and a Gen Z trailblazer stir up conversations ranging from social justice to pop culture. They'll bring the heat, spill the honest truth, and find common ground across the years. Expect humor, candor, and perhaps a dash of healthy debate. Enlightening, insightful, and sure to stir the pot. Stay tuned for a stimulating dialogue that bridges the generation gap, one cup at a time.
Welcome back, soulmates. So now that we've explored the importance of branding with purpose, let's dive now into some practical strategies for bringing your brand to life. Now, the first step, as I said before the break, is clarity. It's to get crystal clear on your brand foundation. How? Well, first, let's start by articulating your why, the deeper reason behind your business, the change that you're here to create in the world. Okay? Now, from there, clarify your unique value proposition. In other words, ask yourself these questions. What sets you apart from others in your industry? What specific transformation or results do you provide? How do you serve your people, your clients, in a way that no one else can? These all speak to your unique value proposition. Next, let's go ahead and get specific on your target audience, okay? Who are your ideal customers? Once you've identified that, I want you to ask yourself, let's go deeper. What are their wants? What are their needs? What are their challenges? What are their dreams? What do they value? How do they communicate? You see, the more vividly you can paint a picture of your people, the more effectively you can craft a brand that speaks directly to their hearts. Now, from there, It's time to define your brand personality and voice. Think like this. This is how I conceptualize this. If your brand was a person, who would they be? What would they sound like, look like, feel? What kind of relationship would they have with your audience if your brand was a person? You see, your brand personality should be an authentic extension of you and your team, but also needs to resonate with your ideal clients. Okay? So now, once you have this foundation in place, now it's time to bring it to life through your visuals and your messaging. And believe it or not, soulmates, this is where most people start. When you say branding, they go directly here. Let's think about the visuals. Let's think about the messaging. And they skip all of these other things that we talked about before. But it's important to get this foundation in place. So when it's time to think about your visuals and your messaging, now you're thinking about your logo, your color palette, imagery, typography, your fonts, all of that. Every design element should reflect and reinforce your brand essence. Okay? Even your website copy, social media posts, email newsletters, every single word should sound like you and should speak directly to your people. But I'm going to tell you, branding with purpose goes beyond just external expression. It's about internal embodiment. It's about building a team and a company culture that lives and breathes your values. Branding with purpose is about making decisions and taking actions that align with your mission, okay? It's about showing up consistently and authentically. Here's the key, in the spotlight, but also behind the scenes. Integrity, yeah. But I want you to remember, your brand is not static, okay? Your brand is a living, evolving entity, like you. And as such, as you grow and change, as your audience and industry shifts, and they will, your brand must adapt as well. It's got to change as well. But listen, no worries. When you stay rooted in your purpose, when you keep coming back to your why and your core values, that evolution will happen with integrity, and even, I would say just as importantly, it will happen with impact. When we talk about branding with purpose, I need you to understand that it's not about perfection. It's about intention. It's about infusing every touch point and every interaction with the heart and soul of your business and being intentional about that, okay? It's about creating not just a pretty facade, but something meaningful that can help facilitate the change that you are trying to have on your clients and in the world. Okay, so now it is time for our Q&A segment where I get to connect with you directly and to answer your questions this week about branding with a purpose. So I took questions from my Purpose Posse, and our first question comes from Lisa. Lisa wrote, I have a clear sense of my purpose, but I am struggling to translate that into a cohesive brand identity. Where do I start? Love the word cohesive, Lisa. Love the word cohesive. This is my love language. And listen, Lisa, this is a common challenge for entrepreneurs. You see, you have this big, beautiful why that you've identified, hopefully, that's just burning inside of you, right? But how do you channel that? How do you channel that into colors and logos and words that really capture the essence of it? It is a challenge, but here's my recommendation to you for that. Lisa, I would tell you to start with the feelings. I'm going to take you inward. I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to connect with the essence of your purpose. What does it feel like when you think about your purpose, your calling, who you're called to be? What does it feel like? Does it feel warm and nurturing? Is that the essence? Is it bold and empowering? Is it playful and inspiring? So I want you to jot down the key emotions and sensations that come up for you. And then next, I want you to think about your ideal customer. When they experience your brand, how do you want them to feel? What transformation do you want to create for them? Not just logistically, but emotionally. Okay? So these results, and we know our clients want transformation and results. But when you're thinking about this, I don't want you to just think about just the results tangibly. I want you to think about emotionally. What are you trying to create for them? And then I want you to add those words to your list, the list that you just generated about how you felt when you thought about your purpose. Now add these feeling words as far as what you want your clients to feel. Okay? So now from there, Lisa, start to translate those feelings into tangible brand elements. What do I mean? I mean, what colors evoke those emotions that you wrote down? What imagery, pictures, images captures that essence? What language and tone mirrors that vibe? Okay. What I would suggest that you could do, and I do it with one-on-one clients, you can even create a brand mood board, a collage of visuals, words, textures that encapsulate your brand feeling. And I said textures because I'm a texture person. So if you look at assets that I give, and by that I mean handouts, workbooks, ebooks, you'll see a texture. There's sort of like a linen texture there. It's one of those things that speak to me, and it feels homey to me, and it feels nurturing to me, and it feels calming to me. It feels like a hug, right? And so that's a big part of my brand. And so I ensure that when I deliver things, when I present things, I have that infused there because that's what I want you to feel as well. Okay? Here's the thing. I want you to remember, and this is a key thing to think about, your brand identity. I'm going to slow down when I say this. It's not about chasing trends or pleasing everyone. Sometimes I'm working with clients and they're trying to come up with colors that they think will appeal to the masses. And, and you can do that. But when we're talking about branding with a purpose, it's about authentically expressing the soul of your purpose in a way that resonates with your right fit clients. Okay? So trust your intuition and don't be afraid to stand out and be different. The more true you are to your purpose, the more attractive your brand will be to the people that are called to you. All right? Thanks, Lisa. The next question comes from Davita, and I think I got time to answer this question. I do. Okay, Davita. Davita wanted to know, how do I make my branding stay consistent across all platforms and touch points, especially as my business grows and evolves. The other C word, there's clarity, consistency. Yes, 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 yes. And Davita, especially as your business grows and evolves. This is such an important question. I'm going to tell you that consistency is the key to building a recognizable, trustworthy, and impactful brand. But you just hit the nail on the head, because the thing is, as your business expands and your team grows and your offerings and services and products grow and evolve, it can be really challenging to maintain that cohesion that we talk about. So, how do we address that? Because we want to grow. Amen. We definitely want to grow. One of the first things that you can do is to create, and take the time to do this, soulmates. Create clear brand guidelines. What am I saying? Get it out of your head and get it down on paper or in some kind of document or in some kind of program or software. Create a brand guideline. This is essentially a document that outlines all of the key elements of your brand identity. I'm talking your mission, your values, personality, voice, visual styles, more, fonts, all of that, all of the things. What this does is it serves as a reference point for everyone who creates content for you or communicates on behalf of your brand. Okay? Tangible. Then what you want to do is be sure that you share these guidelines with your whole team and make sure that everyone understands and internalizes them. Okay? Be sure that you provide examples and templates to help them stay on brand in their work. Because you guys, as we grow, we have got to let go of things and delegate. And that's sometimes the hardest thing for us to do, because we feel like we need to do all of the things. And that's a great way not to grow, because you can't do all of the things all of the time and be everywhere. So you really do have to find a way to clone yourself. A great way to do that is to have something tangible with everything spelled out. Okay? Make sure your team understands your brand identity. And then have regular check-ins and reviews to ensure that alignment and to address any inconsistencies. Okay, I have had the experience throughout my journey of, as I grew, having to delegate some things. And every now and then, not often, you will get someone who will go rogue on you, who starts to communicate from how they want to be and to infuse a tone that feels good to their soul. And that's wonderful. And sometimes you have to tell a person, amen, well, and go out, go forth and create that and put your soul into it. But this here is my soul. Okay. So this is why it's important to have those check-ins, because every now and then you have to pull somebody, as my husband would say, to port and say, this document doesn't look like us. The fonts are off and the colors are off. And sometimes people say, well, I just thought it would look better. And thank you. Oh, great. I love creativity. And please be creative within the parameters of our brand. Okay. Now, I will tell you, as you grow, it can also be helpful, though, Davita, to have a dedicated brand manager or team. Someone who oversees and approves all of the brand assets and touch points. And that's down the line. If you've grown to that point, it's an excellent thing to invest in, because this person is going to ensure that everything from your website to your social media post to your customer service scripts, everything feels cohesive and true to your brand essence. I will also say, as your brand evolves, this is on us as entrepreneurs. Make sure to update your guidelines and then to communicate those changes to your team. Okay, sometimes we go rogue. So make sure that you keep everybody abreast and on point and in the loop. The key here is to stay rooted in your core purpose and values. while allowing your expression to adapt and grow with your business. Right? And I will say too, remember that, please remember this. Consistency that you hear me talk about does not equal rigidity. Soulmates, there is room for flexibility and creative expression within the framework of your brand identity. The goal is not uniformity, but unity. Okay? So there needs to be a sense that every interaction with your brand, no matter the platform or touch point, every interaction feels like a seamless, authentic extension of your purpose. Whew. Yes, we have explored so much yummy territory today. I love talking about branding. Here's the thing, soulmates. Branding with purpose is not just a nice to have kind of thing. It's a must have for any business that wants to make a real impact. Branding with a purpose is the key to attracting your ideal clients and customers. It's the key to building lasting relationships and creating a brand that endures. So, I want you to get clear on your foundation. I want you to infuse your purpose and values in every element of your brand expression. I want you to build a team and culture that embodies your mission. And then, most importantly, stay true to your authentic self. Trust me, the world doesn't need another cookie cutter brand. The world needs your unique magic, your jam shining through in everything that you do. So as we wrap up, I want to leave you with a little brand building homework. This week, I want you to take some time to review your current brand identity. And I want you to ask, does it fully reflect and express your deeper purpose? Is it resonating with your target audience? Is it consistent across all of your touch points? And then I want you to identify one area where you could infuse more intention and alignment, and then take one small action to bring that to life. Because I want you to remember that your brand is not just what you say. Your brand is what you do. Your brand is not just a facade. Your brand is a force to be reckoned with. Your brand is a force for connection, for transformation, and for positive change and impact in the world. So keep building it with heart, with soul, and with purpose. Because when you brand boldly and authentically, there's absolutely no limit to the impact that you will create. So I want to thank you, soulmates, for tuning in to Standing on Business with Dr. Melissa. I truly, truly hope that today's discussion has ignited a fire within you to embrace your authenticity, prioritize your growth, and infuse your business with purpose. If you want more information about me, please visit our website, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow me on all of the socials. But then, if you're ready to take your business to the next level and align it with your purpose, I am going to happily invite you to join our free community, the My Soul Purpose community. There you will have the opportunity to connect with like-minded entrepreneurs, gain clarity on your purpose, and develop a roadmap for aligning your business with your true authentic self. The community is absolutely free. So, to learn more about it and to secure your spot, you can visit us at community.purposeprophetess.com. I cannot wait to support and serve you there. So soulmates, join me next week as we dive deeper into the strategies and mindset shifts needed to build a purpose-driven business. I want you to remember that you are purposeful, you are powerful. I believe in you, and I cannot wait to see the incredible things that you are going to achieve. So, until next time, my soulmates, keep standing up, keep standing out, and keep standing on business. Bye for now.